Oh yeah, Black Sun in the Hizzle. All for shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. As y'all know, it is the arena abroad. And as you see, I have the Saudi and um, Iranian flag. And send me um I gotta do this later. Okay, shout out, shout out. Oh shit, we got Jesse, man. Shout out to Jesse. Hey man. Yeah, big moves being made as far as bricks. I'm gonna get right to it. Let me get right to it. Let me get right to it, y'all. So I'm not gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right to this. Interesting news tonight. I got articles from RT and I got articles from CNN. So let's get right to it. I'm gonna do a share screen. I'm not gonna waste no time. As y'all know, this is the arena abroad, and we're gonna start with what we got. Well, yeah, we're gonna start with the main. We're gonna start with the main course. We'll just have dessert. We're gonna start with the main. No, thank you. What the fuck? Saudi hosted summit condemns Israel as Iran leader pays rare visit. And as I scroll down here, it says, Sunni and Shia. Um, Arab and Muslim leaders decried Israeli war crimes in Gaza at a summit in Riyadh, where Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi met Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in a first public meeting. The extraordinary summit. Hold on. Yep, okay. The extraordinary summit, which gathered 57 leaders, demanded that the UN Security Council take a decisive and binding decision to impose a cessation of aggressions, with fighting deep in Gaza underway between Israel and Hamas. We condemn the Israeli aggression against Gaza Strip, the war crimes, and the barbaric. They talking about barbaric. These are the same people, Saudi Arabia, that damn behead people. But let's keep it moving. Oh gosh. Okay. Brutal and inhumane massacres committed by the colonial occupation government against the Palestinian people, including in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem. We demand it be stopped immediately. The final resolution said the summit rejected the characterization of this war of revenge as one of self-defense that demanded an entry of humanitarian aid convoys. Protection from cycles of violence and wars will not be achieved without ending the Israeli occupation. We hold Israel, the occupying power, responsible for the continuation of aggression of the conflict as a result of its aggression against human rights. The resolution added, Israel launched its offensive after surprise cross-border attacks by Hamas left 100 or 1,000 or 1,200 people dead and took hostages. The summit marks the first trip by the Iranian leader to Saudi Arabia in 11 years, y'all, after the two countries restored diplomatic relations in March. Raisi shook hands with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the heir of the Saudi throne and the country's de facto ruler. Iran is the principal backer of Lebanese armed group Hezbollah, which has been engaged in daily crossfire with Israeli forces on Israeli northern border with Lebanon. It also backs Yemen's Houthi rebels, who have been firing missiles towards Israel, and maintains strong ties with Hamas. Speaking at the summit, Razi said that the attendees had gathered there on behalf of the Islamic world to save the Palestinians. We have gathered here today to discuss the focus on the Islamic world, which is the Palestinian cause, where we've witnessed the worst crimes in history. Today is a historic day in the heroic defense and support of Al Aqsa Mosque, he added. In his opening remarks, MSB said the kingdom categorically rejects the war to which Palestinians are being subjected. This summit is being held under exceptional and painful circumstances, he said. We categorically reject this brutal war that our brothers and sisters are being subjected to in Palestine. We renew our demand for the immediate cessation of military operation. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas said the U.S. bears responsibility for the absence of the political solution, as it has the most influence on Israel. Thank you. And wait, on Israel, I lost my place. Hold on, y'all. On Israel, okay. Syria's leader also attended. Syria President Bashar al-Assad also attended the summit, a further sign of Syria's reputation among Arab states following his participation at the regional meeting in May. In his remark, Assad criticized normalization agreements between Arab countries and Israel, more hands extended by us equals more massacres against us. What we have to do to help Palestine is use actual political tools, not rhetoric tools. And that, firstly, is stopping any political process with the Zionist entry, he said. The remarks by Assad, here we go. The remarks by Assad, who is accused of committing war crimes during his country's civil war, may have been swiped against normalization between talks between Saudi Arabia and Israel. That dialogue, brokered chiefly by the U.S., was at an advanced stage when it was scuttled by the eruption of the Hamas-Israel war. Qatar's head of state, Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, also criticized the international community for failing to stop the war crimes and massacres in Gaza. We wonder how long will the international community continue to treat Israel as if it is above international law, and how long will it be condoned to float all international laws in its brutal, never-ending war on the country's indigenous population, said Al-Thani. The gas-rich country has brokered indirect negotiation between Hamas and Israel over the release of Israeli hostage held by Hamas, humanitarian aid into the besieged Gaza Strip, as well as a possible ceasefire. And okay. And that's it. Booyah. So yeah, y'all. Woo. Trying to get peace talks over there. But yeah, Iran, you got the Sunni and Shia factions of Muslims trying to basically broker a deal. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Real quick, I want to play a video for y'all. Let's see here. And then I got two more articles. So let's see here. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. I think. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, let me read this other article. Okay, so we got that article out of the way. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Okay. Okay, so a lot going on in the Islamic world. Let me read this by this next article. Let me read this. Presenter share and it's a letter. Now this is interesting. I came across this. This is RT News. It says letter from Osama bin Laden goes viral. This is more than 2 decades after the attacks that ignited the U.S. war on terror. Osama bin Laden's anti Jewish letter justifying terrorism against Americans has resonated on social media and captured the imagination of pro Palestinian activists amid the Israeli Hamas war. The video with the hashtag letter to America have been viewed by more than 13.5 million times on TikTok, apparently beginning with the post on Tuesday by the username Lynette Atkins. I need everyone to stop what they're doing right now and go read. It's literally 2 pages. Go read a letter to America, she said. And please come back here and just let me know what you think because I feel like I'm going through like an existential crisis right now, and a lot of people are. So I just need someone else to be feeling this right too. Others users react similarly to the recently discovered letter, which is over 20 years old. Other TikTok users have claimed to be suffering an ex an existential crisis, said the letter. I will never look at the life the same. I will never look at the country the same. And for his part, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio suggested that the post on X, formerly Twitter, that the reaction showed terrorist sympathies. They now understand terrorism is a legitimate method of resistance against oppression, and America deserves to be attacked on. Wow. Mm. I'm gonna play this video.
This morning I read Letter to America, which is Osama bin Laden's letter to America explaining why he attacked Americans. And I am ashamed to say that I not only have never read this letter, but I didn't even know this letter existed. It's wild, and everyone should read it. If you haven't read it yet, read it. However, be forewarned that this has left me very disillusioned, and I feel the same exact way I felt when I was deconstructing Christianity. I feel a little bit just confused, like I have entered into another timeline. What is this? And yeah, so go read it.
So I just read A Letter to America, and I will never look at life the same. I will never look at this country the same. I will never. Please read it, and if you have read it, let me know if you are also going through an existential crisis in this very moment. Because in the last 20 minutes, my entire viewpoint on the entire life I have believed and I have lived has changed. Please read that entire letter.
I need everyone to stop what they're doing right now and go read. It's literally 2 pages. Go read A Letter to America. And please come back here and just let me know what you think, because I feel like I'm going through like an existential crisis right now, and a lot of people are. So I just need someone else to be feeling this too.
I need you to stop what you're doing and go read A Letter to America. It is literally the craziest thing I've read in a while. And while I can't say that I'm that surprised, I am pretty shocked. So go read it and tell me what you think, because I really also need to talk to other people about this. And actually, before you even read the letter, I did want to mention, in reading the letter, I could only think of this tweet that I saw the other day. Under settler colonialism, any kind of resistance is branded as terrorist because the only acceptable violence is violence by the occupier.
So this is fucking insane. I just read Osama bin Laden's Letter to America, which I will be going through right here, but it's actually so mind-fucking to me that terrorism has been sold as this idea to the American people, and honestly just so many Western inhabitants within certain nations, that this group of people, this random group of people, just suddenly wakes up one day and just fucking hates you, just wants you dead, wants you gone. And this is all because they believe that they're better than us. Like, that is the root of terrorism. It doesn't make sense. They just hate your fucking nation. But reading this letter, it becomes apparent to me that the actions of 9/11 and those acts committed against the USA and its people were all just the buildup of our government failing other nations.
Deceive you. My voice just wants to leave
in majority of these situations, and this letter was insanely eye-opening. I really urge everybody to Google and read it, because I thought that I had quite a lot of media literacy, but this takes it to a whole nother fucking level where I was just like, holy shit, like propaganda is genuinely so deeply embedded into our fucking DNA.
Read A Letter to America. You're probably waking up. You probably have a lot of questions. Welcome to the club. But we don't have a lot of time to sit and talk about everything because there's still so many puzzle pieces that we just do not know about.
Go read A Letter to America. Like, seriously, go read it. Type A Letter to America in Google or whatever you use, then come right back. Because this makes a lot more sense. It explains so much. And I guarantee you it's going to blow your mind. And let's talk about it. So go read it, come back. Whew, it's a lot. It's a lot.
deceive you. My voice just wants to leave
Life does not. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey. Are you even paying attention to me right now?
I read Osama bin Laden's Letter to America.
The way this letter is going viral right now is giving me the greatest sense of relief. If you're Muslim and you've lived in the US since 9/11, you know more truth than the typical citizen. Now it's all coming to light because of Palestine.
Hey. Are you even paying attention to me right now?
Oh man, thanks, Simo. Appreciate that, man. Hey, so yeah, man, that video, they got a letter from Osama bin Laden going viral right now on the internet. Sorry about that. So yeah, man. Yeah, young people look like a bunch of Gen Zs, getting emotional over a letter Osama bin Laden wrote 20 years ago about America. So yeah, hey, welcome to the real world. That's all I can tell y'all. Let me get to the next video here. So y'all seen. Okay, so let me read this rest of this real quick. So it says Bin Laden, who addressed a 2002 letter to the American people, condemned the U.S. for supporting the Israeli occupation of Palestine territory and argued that the Jews controlled American policies, capital, and media. The creation of Israel is a crime which must be erased, he wrote. Each and every person whose hands have been polluted in the contribution towards this crime must pay its price and pay for it heavily. The Al Qaeda founder went on to call for the blood of Palestinians to be avenged. It is commanded by our religion and intellect that the oppressed have a right to return the aggression, Bin Laden said. Do not await anything from us but jihad, resistance, and revenge. Is it in any way rational to expect that after America has attacked us for us more than half a century, we will then leave her to live in the security and peace? Question mark. The UK's Guardian newspaper had posted a copy of the letter since an English translation was first published in November 2002. The outlet took down the document on Wednesday. A spokesman for the Guardian told Fox News that the paper had removed the letter because it was being widely shared on social media without the full context. The page now links to the article that provides context. Atkins, a social media user who posted the letter on Tuesday, includes a link to her TikTok page to a fundraising site for Palestinian rights. The site calls for a ceasefire in West Jerusalem, war with Hamas, saying that the Palestinian Gaza are living through genocide as Israel bombs, starves, and displaces them. Okay, that's it. So there you have it. Man, shout out to CMO. I know I started late. Shout out to Jesse. Yeah, I just wanted to come in, give you those two articles. Like I said, the letter with Osama bin Laden is going crazy on the TikTok, and we got Saudi Arabia and Iran making a truce. The Shia and Sunni and Shia, for the sake of coming together because of the Israeli Hamas war. And so you got both Iran and Saudi Arabia condemning it, which is interesting. So yeah, that's it, y'all. Like I said, I wasn't going to be very long. Like I said, I got in late today, so I had late start, late show, but that is the arena. And I do want to, again, give a shout out to CMO, give a shout out to Jesse, man. Thanks for the mic check, CMO. Let me know that I was on mute because I be muting out my stuff. I got 2 mute buttons that I tend to forget to unmute sometimes. But yeah, so with that being said, do we gonna do a show tomorrow? Don't know if I'm gonna do a show tomorrow. It depends on what comes up in the news. Oh, real quick, let me share this in closing. Let me share one more article. This is RT. Real quick, I want to share this. I want to share this. Okay, so this is about RT News, and it says Russia set Russia set for 75 billion surplus Bloomberg. So this is by the Bloomberg, and it says Russia's current account surplus has increased sharply, propping up the national currency as energy exports recovered despite pressure from Western sanctions, the country's central bank reported on Tuesday. The current account, which measures the difference between money coming into the country through the trade, investment, and the transfers against outflowing funds, amounted to 53.8 billion for the first 10 months of the year, the regulators' data showed. The October surplus exceeded 11 billion for the second consecutive month after reaching its highest level this year in September. The central bank revised its current account projection for the full year up to 45 billion to 6 billion on the back of soaring oil prices. Moscow's proceeds from oil and gas sales surged to their highest level in 1.5 years, reaching 17.7 billion last month, despite forecasts of vast deficit. Fresh data shows Russia continues to benefit from high commodity export revenue. We expect Russia will post another 20 billion of currency account surplus in the remaining 2 months of 2023, bringing the overall external balance to around 75 billion. Bloomberg Russia economic Alex Izatkov's predictive. And growing export revenue helped stop the ruble rout, but in the coming months, Russia's currency may be tested as the government rebuilds its FX foreign exchange reserve beginning in January, he added. This comes after Moscow rerouted the bulk of its trade flows eastward after Western sanctions largely disrupted supply chains in European markets. Russian authorities reimposed some capital controls requiring exporters, including major oil producers, to sell their earnings from foreign trade on the domestic market in order to secure foreign currency inflows. The measure helped provide support to the ruble, which gained around 5% against the US dollar in October. The currency continued to strengthen this week to below 89 against the greenback for the first time since late July. So yeah, I had to give y'all a little economic news there. So yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, sanctions can't work against a country when the rest of the country, when the rest of the world is siding with that country, being BRICS. So this all happened under the Biden administration. The Biden administration is the administration that seen the fall of the dollar. So with that being said, like I said, I might do a show. Like I said, just depending on what coming on in the news. This was the international news. We got more local news coming. We got some interesting news out of Georgia that I will probably touch on this week. As far as the case with Fannie Willis, very interesting news. So for the people that said it's not about the election, well, that means we can put that to the test now, because she's not going to be able to convict until after she projects 2025. So we'll interfere with the election. So yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. And with that being said, yo, we are out, y'all. And with that being said, we out, y'all. Peace.
The Arena of